Hi everybody, my name's Frank, and I'd like to welcome you to DiFabio's Market and Tap, one of Delco's more unique culinary destinations. Under one roof here, we have a terrific restaurant, an Italian market, to-go area. We also have an in-house bakery, a really popular bar, a banquet room. We have outdoor dining as well, so a lot of cool things happening under one roof, and we welcome you here anytime.
DiFabio's Market and Tap, Media, PA. This has been a sleeper, I tell you. My very first stop there, very much enjoyed this stop. Place is driven by a million times, and I never thought to stop in for the cheesesteak, and boy was I mistaken for all these years. It's one of our longer videos. It was the end of a long day of judging. You can see a few cocktails on the table. Judges enjoyed their judging, so I'm going to get right to the judges. Here we are at DiFabio's.
Day of Cheesesteaks, last stop in Delco. DiFabio's. DiFabio's Market and Bar and Cafe and Pizzeria and Bakery and Truly Seltzers. Market and Tap. Dan's on the phone, but there's two judges. I see two judges. Hi, judges.
Hello. I have a huge piece of Cooper Sharp.
Do you have huge
on the
huge?
top? Yeah, huge. I can see the mushrooms and onions. I just went right in.
You drove in. Mine's very cheesy. Heavy on the top cheese. I don't see cheese on the bottom. Ooh, that's a hot one. Look at that.
Steamy.
That is steamy. My roll might break on the bottom though.
You can see the mushrooms. You can see the cheese. It's definitely not dry, that's for sure. This Lucio roll holding up again.
That's good seasoning. Good flavor to it. What is that?
It's seasoning, yeah.
Seasoned really
Seasoned
well.
very well, salt, pepper.
And the
Mushrooms.
And the mushrooms.
Something's on the mushrooms too.
The texture of the meat, I'm not sure on right now. It feels like it's shaved so thin. When you eat it, it almost feels like brisket.
Yeah, good
doesn't.
point.
There's almost not enough bite. It's almost too soft.
Except that there's a lot.
But there's a
Here,
ton of meat
there's a good amount of meat.
I
And you
really
can
like
tell
the
it
cheese.
all spent time on the grill together. You know, like on a family vacation.
A family vacation. It's like a chef's made cheesesteak, but it tastes like a regular cheesesteak. It's not fancy. It's not pretentious. It's
No.
The only thing that I would do is, and I love Cooper Sharp, and I like this one. I would get that cheese more blended in.
folded in more.
Yeah.
So it's like on top.
Yeah.
Cheese in it. There's cheese in it, and then there's cheese on top of it too.
I think you're
So I
right.
think they put extra cheese on top.
I think you're definitely right.
And I'm okay with that because I'm not going to kick extra cheese out of my mouth. But,
Hey, I'm Marco from Marco's. Come down and see us anytime. We've been here about 5 years. Family owned, family run. This is what we do best. Love you all. Peace.
Marco's Pizza and Grill, Aston, PA. Marco was fresh off a family fishing trip and back at the grill and welcoming the judges. Now, when I went to Marco's last time, I got the Marco special on a garlic roll. For March Cheesesteak Madness, we're doing a cheesesteak, fried onions, and mushrooms. Before I send it over to the judges, the artwork on the menu board was all done by Marco himself. Nice artwork, nice cheesesteak. Here's the judges.
Cheesesteak tour continues. Marco's, Amigo Dan playing hide and seek.
Hi, Quinn!
cheese is on the bottom and not on the top. So the top could be dry, I don't know.
You can see some big hunks of, not big hunks, but you can see some nice onion in there. And the mushrooms you can see in there, so it looks like it's all mixed. I am worried about the cheese on the bottom thing, but let's get to it.
Nice and light.
It is, it's not super heavy. It doesn't feel like a brick. The onions are, these great onions.
I got the triple judge bite.
Yeah, great flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost bacony.
Yeah.
I did bacon.
Really good flavor. Mushrooms
Yeah.
really
In like a really
complement
good way. I'm not upset about it.
it. I like the roll.
American cheese, a Versa,
A Versa roll.
a good roll. Seems like it's holding up.
Yeah.
As
Got a
one of
little
the other
toast to it?
judges pointed out, cut like nicely.
Is it toasted? I can't tell. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it is. It's warm, yeah.
But as you fold the sandwich, the cheese goes, I have cheese throughout now.
Yeah.
So the way that they did it, it's almost like they folded it into when you put it together. That's a nice surprise.
Yeah. Great cheesesteak.
Okay, so the next bracket is DiFabio's up against Marco's Pizzeria and Grill. So this one is not as easy as I thought it would be. Marco's was on the Aversa roll, lightly toasted, held up really well. Good mushrooms and onions, American cheese. It was like light and airy. It wasn't as if I was, eating like a heavy brick like some other places. But that one scored, high with me. But then I went to DiFabio's, and I have to say that this was like the sleeper of the competition. Came out, it's on Alessio's roll, Cooper Sharp cheese, and it was just extra creamy. It actually has the cheese throughout blended, so it was hugging meat and cheese, and then they actually do put some extra cheese on top. Great mushrooms and onions, seasoned well. They were fresh. They had some kind of garlic in there as well. So it was a little bit more of like an elegant cheesesteak, I want to say, but it was delicious, and I'm gonna go with that one. That was my choice out of this bracket for the winner.
You know what? This is what it comes down to with the Philadelphia Cheesesteak Adventure bracket. These were 2 top seeds. As a matter of fact, I am 1 point different. But you got to make the tough decision. And I feel bad, but I have to give it to DiFabio's. You know what? It's tough. It's really a tough decision. Like I said, 1 point. And I don't know what else to say other than what Diane said, because, because of that 1 point. So there's really nothing to go into. It was all just great. It was all just great. I feel really bad, and it, honestly, it's DiFabio's. Nobody gave me, he didn't give me any money, so.
Kind of wish these two weren't up against each other.
Yeah,
because
true,
This
but
is
this
a
is-
really, really tough one.
But this is what this is. This is a bracket. So you've got the number 1 and number 2 seed going against each other. I hate to say in the politically correct world, but somebody's got to lose.
Not everyone can win.
Yeah, we're tasting them together, and by and large, we're agreeing along the way most of the time. So I'm in the same boat. DiFabio's wins out for me over Marco's. But a couple details I think that are notable. Marco's is a great sandwich. The cheese was more on the bottom. Even though the top bites were still very good, you start to see that the bites aren't the same throughout. How it eats isn't the same throughout the sandwich. So I took a point away for that reason. DiFabio's, the meat was very, very thinly shaved. I had made a comment almost that it was too finely shaved, as if it started to get a little mealy. But overall, as a sandwich, it ate really great. It ate well, and that mealiness didn't take away really in the end for me. Great toppings, mushrooms at both places had good texture, the onions as well. And so giving it to DiFabio's because I thought overall it was a better sandwich. I'd note that the cheese on the top, I don't think it was necessary. There was enough cheese mixed throughout that I didn't find it necessary, so I don't think it needed to be there. And we haven't talked about price at all. And so I'll bring it up now. We've got 2 cheesesteak shops pitted against each other that both turned out a great sandwich. Marco's is at $10.25 for the sandwich that we had, and for the same sandwich at DiFabio's, $11.50. So The sandwich overall wins out for me at DiFabio's. If you're looking for price, you're not going to be upset if you go to Marco's. You're going to be quite pleased.
So DiFabio's.
Fabio's.
On to round 2. DiFabio's.